Hello, 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 chat. How is everyone doing? Hello, and welcome to the Political Therapy Show. It is Friday night and it is another live stream. Hello, 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 new people. Hello. What music is that? That was Umbele, one of my favorite tracks. It is this channel's anthem. I hadn't played it in a while, so I thought I should play it today. So yes, that was Umbele. Hello, Shweta and Winks and Humanity is One. Hello, the regulars are all here, I think. Yes, all gelled up. Oh yeah. अच्छा लग रहा है ना? Gelled up. थोड़ा बहुत जेल किया आज मैंने. So, how is everyone doing on this Friday night? We have had a very intense last few days in Parliament. The Waqf Act has been passed. So, today's stream is going to be about that mostly. The thing is, I was initially thinking of writing a video on it, but the more I look at it, the more I realize that I don't know enough. Still, I don't know enough. Now, I have been looking at this issue. When the first time the bill came out, I read up on it. Then the next time it went to the JPC, I read up on it. Then after the JPC came out, I read up on it again. I read up on it in the last 2 days also, and I still feel like it's not enough. So I thought that whatever I have absorbed in all these studying sessions, I would just tell you in a live stream. That's what is going to happen today. That's basically it, right? So there was an intense debate in Parliament for 2 days now. The Parliament sat till like 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. and both houses have passed this bill, and everybody is like, "Oh my God, what is happening?" So I'm going to tell you what is happening. As far as I know, that's what it is. Mongols will feel like outsiders now. Been watching Adolescence, absolutely brilliant. Oh, yeah, Pilly Wings, I've seen that show. Oh my God, it blew my mind. Oh my God, that show. Yeah, थोड़ा PTSD हो रहा है मुझे. 4 episodes, excellent. जॉब हंट चालू है बट वीकेंड आ गया. ओके. Ayana was saying my hair is also waxed up. How's the weather? Weather is now hot. It is officially hot, so it's not great. It's not great. I do not like summer. I do not like summer except for watermelons that you get in summer. Summer and watermelon is just the only tolerable thing about summer. Other than that, there is no redeeming factor ever in summer. The timing just at the end of Ramadan is diabolical. Oh, so I mean this bill technically has been considered for an year now. So I wouldn't put too much into the Ramadan and ये association, too much of it. एक साल से चल रहा है ये debate bill पे. It was introduced a year ago, and it went to a JPC. It went through a whole consultation process, and now it came back to Parliament, and now it got passed. So it's not that diabolical also. And thankfully it's not. I mean, one of the things that I'm really happy about, at least procedure wise with this bill, is that it was sent to a JPC. That there was some sort of time given for the opposition to gather themselves, to do some research, to put up their points and all the things. But yeah, it went through a process. It went through a process. Forgot to ask you a question last live session, but is it not a crime to give dhamki sarcastically in live television? Crimes to give dhamki sarcastically, ये कब हुआ है? Again, I don't know what is a crime and what is not anymore. Whatever the police and the government says is a crime is a crime. If they think it's a crime, then it's a crime. If you think it's a crime, it might not or might not be a crime. If you are a BJP supporter, a prominent BJP supporter or a goon, and then you say it's a crime, then it's a crime. If I say something is a crime, of course it's not a crime. So it depends. It depends on who is saying it, who is interpreting it. So it depends on whether you are powerful enough or not, basically. So you decide then. Are you powerful enough? What do you feel will be the community's response? The community's response is to go to court, as far as I know. Like Supreme Court jayega, challenge hoga mast. They're calling it unconstitutional. It goes against Article 25 and 26, which protects religious rights. So, yeah, so basically court jayenge. That's what I think is going to happen. And also, I feel like this law, even though it has been passed, it will not be enacted for at least another year. लिख के ले लो नहीं होगा, because the thing is they have to make a digital portal where all of these properties will be registered. मैं बताएगा, पूरा बताएगा. Like I'll go to the background also about what it is, all the things. But I don't think it is going to be enacted anytime soon either. तो कोर्ट में तो जाएगा पहले, अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जाएगा तो फिर they'll wait for the court to sort this out and then they will enact it. Sarcasm isn't a crime, but that doesn't mean you can't be punished in the by the process. Yeah, exactly. I mean the Rahul guy saying to either Mumbai mein, yeah, but I got, what was he saying? It's no more our call, depends on who has power. Exactly my point. I know what you were referring to. Like I'm guessing you were referring to that भाईजान्स वाला ओनर राहुल कनाल. लास्ट लाइव स्ट्रीम पे उसी के बारे में बात कर रहे थे ना. And you explain Waqf Act. Yes, I am getting to that. Akhilesh, if you are new here, please say hi. Akhilesh, are you new here? Please say hi. I'll just tell you how this works, so that you also like settle down a bit. थोड़ा patience लगेगा तुमको इसके बारे में, live stream के लिए especially. Why religious institutions need properties in the first place? Okay, nationalize everything, then more. Okay, Samir has some very interesting views. The issue with this is that the Waqf system needs reform, but I don't trust the BJP to do it so well. So does the temple landowning stuff, but I don't trust the BJP to do that at all. Do you favor Waqf Amendment Act? I'll tell you, Prajwal. I'll tell you. Seth, thank you so much for the support. That's really generous. In today's Friday prayers, there were many sermons that this could be the beginning of non-Muslim control in many personal Muslim matters like burials and all. Looking forward to some clarifications. Community is really concerned. Ha, Seth, I understand that, and I will hopefully give you some clarity, a little bit at least. So yeah, I will try my best. And in case you have any more questions, etc., of course, you can ask me and I will also give answers to that, or find answers for that at least, and tell you in the next stream. With any criminal intimidation, you have to prove intent. I always listen to you in 1.75x. Feels so weird listening to you in 1x. The point that Vasudev is making, so if you are new here, hello. To all the people who are watching this later also, hello. The way you listen to this live stream is what he's saying. If you're watching this later, you can speeden it up and you can watch it. If you are here live, you can talk to me and you can ask questions and interact with me. The way live streams work is that it is white noise. So essentially, I will be talking, you can do your chores, you can keep your mind off and just listen to me in the background. That's how live streams work. So this is not a short video, this is going to be a long video. So you need some patience. You'll need some patience, okay? And after this is done, I'll try to put in time codes so that you start from the point where you want to see it. Today's agenda, we're going to talk about the Waqf Act, which was passed by Parliament, and what it means and where it comes from and all the things and whatever I know. And after that, we are also going to talk a little bit about Manipur and some other things if we have time. So yeah, so this stream, I'm going to keep it a little short today. I will try to keep it an hour and a half, if not an hour. So yeah, that's the thing. Also, please do consider supporting this channel. Please consider supporting, and also merch. You can scan this and look at my merch. It's called Bunch of Merch, and this gentleman is a mystery man who you will find out if you Google him. He's the Bunch of Merch. This is the Bunch of Thoughts guy. I thought, good addition. Yes, up to 10 थोड़ा ज़्यादा जा सकता है. Okay, शुरू करते हैं. Should we start chat? If I should start, please say hi. Let's start with the Waqf. There is a lot to cover. My God. Okay, yeah. So, Let me just open my stuff, notes and stuff, So just as a thing, there is this page which I'll be referring to again and again. This is basically the PRS ka bill brief on the Waqf Amendment Bill 2024. I'm just going to share it here as well in case you also want to read it. Again, it's kind of technical, so I will try to break it down here and explain to you what it tries to say, because it is going to be from a non-political perspective. I'm going to add some context to it and some political meaning to it as well. Okay, so but just in case you want to read it, you can read it here. And we have a lot of research that has been done on this, including there are a bunch of speeches to look at. There is A. Raja's speech, Akhilesh Yadav, Abhishek Singhvi, Owaisi, of course, and a bunch of people's speeches. So I'm not going to see all of them. I will bring them in as and when required. There is, of course, the union minister who spoke. And Asaduddin Owaisi is already challenging this in Supreme Court, by the way. That is the latest update. Move Supreme Court challenging the Waqf amendment legislation. Already. So, anyway, let us begin. Right. So, first things first. What is a Waqf? So, to simply explain what a Waqf is, okay, it is a practice under Muslim law, right, where a person, Muslim person, can give away their land or property for the purpose of, for a pious purpose, religious purpose, or a charitable purpose, right? It's simply that. Essentially, they are giving land to God, which is Allah. Okay, that's the basic idea of a waqf. Now, the way it is done is that the waqif, the person who is giving the land, will give it to an administrator who is called mutawalli. Okay, so that administrator will then be managing that property, and that property will be used for either religious or charitable purposes, right? Now, those purposes can be many. Now, a few of the purposes that we know which exist for waqf land is to make graveyards, mosques, madrasas, to give away to make shops also, and other things. Okay, so it is sort of like a community owned land, or it is supposed to be a community owned land, right? That is the basic idea of what a waqf is. All right, it is under Muslim law, under Muslim personal law, right? Yeah, and also like some what is it? I'll show you a chart which shows you like the breakup of the land, etc. Now there is a history to this. There's a giant history to this. Okay, so like a 100+ year history. So before independence, when the British were here, what happened is that they did not recognize this practice. When they came in, they were trying to establish a judicial system, etc. They wanted a unified judicial system for India, and under Hindu law, under Muslim law, under other religious laws, we had different ways of dealing with property, and we had different ways of dealing with marriage, etc. The British came in and they wanted like one judicial legal system to control everything. So they did not recognize waqf as a practice, right? For a while, I think for 2 decades, etc. Then in 1913 is when they officially recognized this practice and said, okay, fine, karo, right? So then under this practice, they basically recognized waqf as waqf legally, right? Then in 1923, they started a register. So, as you know, all land has to be registered by the revenue department. So, in 1923, around that time, they started the registration process. Then, in 1954 is when a legal framework was actually made. in India, right? After independence, where they started deciding कि नहीं नहीं वक्फ का property है, तो how will it be managed? What will it mean? All the okay. Then in 1995 is when the current act, which is in practice, was passed, that introduced tribunals, right? That is the general history. I'll tell you why. Okay. Now, as I said, it is a religious practice. The Waqf Act, the Waqf property giving is a religious practice. Um, in before the British left, right? There was a ton of property in and around India, which were mosques and graveyards, and they were sort of continuously used for religious purposes. Let's call it that way. Okay. So technically, they were owned by a committee or community, and it was a little vague whether they were officially given as Waqf land. That, see, again, there can be very old mosques, but nobody can have any property papers on it, right? So it can be community managed, and this is true for Indian temples also, by the way. This is not just about mosques. There are like a lot of such buildings which can be continuously used for religious purposes. So now the law has to decide currently what to do with them and who owns the title. So sometime around 1976, the Indira Gandhi government essentially said that all these properties will now belong to the Waqf. And they made a board, and there was like a whole thing that happened where the registry happened, etc. And around 1976 till for 10 more years, they basically gathered all those properties and gave it to the Waqf board. Okay, there was a board at that point of time. Then disputes started, right? Disputes in the sense that there were some people who essentially started giving off their property as Waqf, right? Or had given earlier. Then there was encroachment on top of it. There was encroachment on top of it, or there were some shady deals that happened in the process where that land was sold off by the administrator or whatever. So lots of disputes started happening during that time. There are two very fun cases which I will come to later in this. But anyway, there were disputes that started. So in 1995, they established a tribunal which is supposed to deal with all these disputes, right? Now in 2013, which is before the Modi government came to power, the 1995 Act was actually strengthened, which gave more power to the tribunals. And what it said is that in case of disputes, mota, the tribunal's word will be final, right? And the tribunal will consist of Muslims and, scholars and high court judges, etc. A lot of people. So to just solve the disputes, they were like, fine, tribunal is going to decide everything. This law, which the Modi government has brought in, changes a few things. Okay, one of them is the tribunal thing, but other things as well. Okay, everyone with me so far? Was that clear? If you are clear, please say hi before I move forward, because this base needs to be established a little bit. How is Waqf different from any other religious trust like the Hadkesh in Judaism? So, Satyabhav Jayate, until yesterday's law was passed, it was not really different. But after yesterday's law has been passed, it has become different. I'll tell you how. Establish ho gaya base. Okay, fine. So far, so good. Okay. Now, let me tell you about this fun little story that happened. Right. Now, किधर गया वो? Okay. Now, the thing is, you have to understand, since this is a religious practice, there were some old ways in which land was transferred, which is also might be oral. Okay, so there are literally lots of mosques and dargahs around the parliament, which is the Lutyens area, 123 of them, which were sort of given off over a period of time by different rulers, maybe different rich people, and then they have been now taken over by the Waqf. Right, in 2013, that is what happened. The dispute ended, and the Waqf board officially took over these 123 pieces of land, which has mosques and dargahs, etc., in the central Delhi area. Right. Now that is called Waqf by user. What that means is that if, as I said, the property has been continuously used for religious practices, the Waqf Act earlier said that, okay, fine, we will allow Waqf by user, right? This act kind of removed it. This act says that, no, abhi se Waqf by user kabhi nahi hoga. So even if a property has been used for continuous religious purposes, now after this act has been passed, it cannot be claimed by the Waqf board. Okay. The interesting thing why I mentioned this 123 is because this is one of the speeches that was given in Parliament by Imran Pratapgarhi. Just listen to this.
दिल्ली की जिन 123 संपत्तियों को लेकर कल माइनॉरिटी मिनिस्टर, होम मिनिस्टर साहब और अभी आदरणीय नेता सदन बात कर रहे थे, आइए उनकी सच्चाइयों पे भी बात करते हैं.
So this actually was used as an excuse by the home minister and the law minister to say that, oh look, these are the kind of properties that have been given off to the Waqf by the previous government. Okay. And there can be many disputes that can come out of this, etc., and we need to resolve this. So he's mentioning that.
1911 में जब अंग्रेजी हुकूमत ने कोलकाता के बजाय दिल्ली को राजधानी बनाने का फैसला किया, तो रायसीना हिल्स के चारों तरफ जो मुसलमानों की ढेर सारी जमीनें थी उनको एक्वायर किया गया और लुटियन को इसकी तामीर की जिम्मेदारी सौंपी गई. सेंट्रल विस्टा की तरह लुटियन जोन का मेगा प्लान तैयार हुआ, लेकिन उस वक्त के मुसलमानों ने उस वक्त की अंग्रेजी हुकूमत से अपनी इबादत गाहों को बचाने के लिए लड़ाई लड़ी. मामला ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट तक पहुंचा. तब यह तय हुआ कि वो जो धार्मिक स्थल हैं उन्हें जस का तस रहने दिया जाएगा. इंडिया गेट के बगल वाली मस्जिद हो, जाब्तागंज, सुनहरी बाग मस्जिद हो, पार्लियामेंट रोड वाली मस्जिद हो, ऐसी 123 संपत्तियों के मैनेजमेंट के लिए 1913 में मुसलमान वक्फ वैलिडेशन एक्ट बना और उसके बाद एक नया शहर बसाया गया जिसे लुटियंस जोन का नाम दिया गया. फिर 1943-45 के बीच एक और समझौता हुआ आजादी से पहले. उसके तहत काफी सारी वक्फ जायदादों को सुन्नी मजलिस औकाफ बनाकर उसके अंडर किया गया ताकि उसकी देखरेख की जा सके. गृह मंत्री जी 2 दिन से सदन में जो बात कह रहे हैं वो दरअसल 123 संपत्तियां उसी सुन्नी मजलिस औकाफ के तहत आती. सभापति महोदय, आजाद भारत आजाद हुआ. आजादी के बाद भारत में 1954 में वक्फ एक्ट लागू हुआ, जिसकी धारा 9 के तहत 1964 में केंद्रीय वक्फ काउंसिल का गठन हुआ. दिल्ली की वही 123 प्रॉपर्टीज को 1970 में सर्वे गजेट करके गजेट नोटिफाई किया गया.
1970
इसके निपटारे के लिए पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री इंदिरा जी के द्वारा 1974 में एक बर्नी कमेटी बनाई गई. बर्नी कमेटी ने 1976 में इन 123 संपत्तियों को दिल्ली वक्फ बोर्ड की संपत्ति होने की रिपोर्ट सौंपी. उस रिपोर्ट के आधार पर 1984 में कांग्रेस सरकार ने उन 123 प्रॉपर्टीज को दिल्ली वक्फ बोर्ड को सौंपने का फैसला किया, जिसके खिलाफ विश्व हिंदू परिषद कोर्ट गई. मामला
Okay, I have to pause here because you have to understand that these councils, so there is a Waqf council which is in the central level, and each state has a state Waqf board also, right? So Delhi has one, Maharashtra has one, other states have one, right? So the Delhi Waqf board is the one that was given these 123 properties.
2011 तक पेंडिंग रहा. फिर 2011 में कोर्ट ने सरकार को आदेशित किया कि इसका निपटारा करो. तब 2013 में तत्कालीन यूपीए सरकार ने दिल्ली की उन्हीं 123 जायदादों को बर्नी कमेटी की सिफारिशों के मुताबिक वक्फ बोर्ड के हवाले किया. यही वो प्रॉपर्टीज हैं जिनके नाम से गृह मंत्री जी कल से कांग्रेस को कोस रहे हैं. फिर आई 2014 में भाजपा की सरकार, जो तब से इन जमीनों को हड़पने की साजिश कर रही है. जिस बिल को मुसलमानों के हुकूक की हिफाजत करने वाला बिल बताया जा रहा है, उसी को पेश करने के लिए और उस पर बात करने के लिए लोकसभा में भाजपा सरकार के.
So basically those 123 properties का timeline is what he gave. So essentially, what I told you in English, he was telling in Hindi. That's also why I wanted to play this clip essentially, and also that Amit Shah and our friend Kiren Rijiju have been using these 123 properties to justify why there needs to be clarity required in the Waqf Act in the first place. Okay. Now, what this act actually does, one is it removes this whole Waqf by user sort of doctrine, right? The other is that, right, so in case of other trusts, religious trusts, right, even the Hindu religious trusts or the Sikh religious trusts, it actually says that, wait, मैं तुम्हें वो laws ही दिखाता हूँ, that it'll make it very clear. हाँ. Okay, so as I said, there are boards and councils and tribunals, right, which are handling this law. Now, under separate Hindu laws, like the Karnataka Hindu Religious Institution and Charitable Endowment, all members of the Rajya Dharmik Parishad must be Hindu, right? The CEO, commissioner, executives must be Hindu, right? Andhra Pradesh Charitable and Religious Trust, 13 out of 21 members must be Hindu. CEO must be Hindu. Sikh Gurudwaras Act, all members must be Sikh, all members of the executive committee must be Sikh, right? These are just examples of 3 laws which also manage like religious trusts, etc. They all require that the members should be Hindus. Similarly, the Waqf Act also said that the people who are managing the state, the boards, the state boards and the council should all be Muslims. Now, this act changes it. Okay, this act changes it, and now they are allowing non-Muslims to enter the Waqf board and the council and also the tribunal, right? Yeah. So earlier the Waqf Act had said that nature of appointment elected from 1 to each Muslim MPs, Muslim MLCs, Muslim Bar Council members, Mutawallis. Yeah. Now it says nominated by the government and can be non-Muslim. 1 chairperson, 1 MP, 1 MLA, 2 professionals, 1 officer of the state government. So the government will enter the boards and bar council member. Okay. And then other than that, the nominated ones, 1 Muslim professional, 2 scholars, 1 Muslim state government officer, and yahan pe they're saying these must be Muslims, 1 mutawalli, 1 scholar of Islamic theology, and 2 members of panchayat and municipality. Okay. So essentially what they're saying is that now non-Muslims can also be a part of these boards, and they will also be allowed to adjudicate how the land is being handled. Okay. Right. So the result of all of this. कहाँ गया वो वाला? Just to give you an idea, this is an interesting chart. Okay. This is the total number of Waqf properties that are owned by the Waqf. Okay. In the parliament, when they were giving speeches, Kiren Rijiju said something very interesting. So, I think after the government and defense and one more, what did he say? Railways. Yeah. So, defense has a giant amount of land and defense services, and railways has a giant amount of land in and around India. The third largest landholder, according to Rijiju, is Waqf, right? They hold a total of 232,547 properties in and around India, right? We don't know the total land mass that they actually own because that was never clarified. It is all estimation because the registry maintenance is also kind of garbage, and plus a lot of properties are under dispute also. Okay. So the highest is in Uttar Pradesh, which is the 27% total. Second highest is in West Bengal. and then closely followed by Punjab, Karnataka, and a bunch of other places, right? Tamil Nadu has 8%, Karnataka has 7%, etc., etc. Okay, and how have they been classified? 17% of those lands are classified as graveyards, right? Then there is 16% which is agriculture. This was surprising for me also, by the way. 16% being agriculture land. 14% is mosques. 14% is mosque. 13% are shops. Okay. 11% are houses. And then the rest are for, I guess this is empty plot, Mazar, Maqbara, Ashur Khana, and madrasas, which has 14,000 plot lands for that as well. Okay, so largest is graveyard, then agriculture, then mosques. So between graveyards and mosques and Mazar Khanas, a lot of it for religious purposes. I was actually surprised that shops and agriculture and houses were also included in this. Frankly, I did not know this until I started reading about this. So one of the arguments that this government is making is that they have a lot of land and a lot of it is unproductive, right? Which means that they are saying that some 163 crore has been generated from all the Waqf properties. According to them, even if it's for religious purposes, apparently it should be profitable and it should be used because it's land resource and they're just sitting on a lot of land. So they're essentially saying that the land should be used productively. Now that is going to be a little bit of a tricky situation because graveyards, I don't know how to use graveyards productively. I don't know. The other argument that the government has been making is that a lot of land is empty. It's just lying there. It is not being used for anything. So then it should be used for something, and which should be like schools, hospitals for poorer Muslims, or colleges or higher educational institutions is one idea that they have floated around. Okay. So basically they want to have a say in how this land is used. That is the mota thing that we are coming to, which is the Waqf Act, all in all, is being introduced and passed because the government wants to tangadafy in religious matters of Muslims. It's as simple as that. Okay. And in that process, what they have done is they have changed the definition of who is allowed to give waqf. They are saying that now only a Muslim who is practicing for 5 years is allowed to give property as waqf, right? Again, how will you decide whether the Muslim has been practicing for 5 years, not? How will they do that? I don't understand. Okay. The second thing that they're doing is that they're allowing the boards and the councils to have non-Muslim members. Now, the reasoning for that is that, it is to make sure that the land is being used properly. As if basically their whole thing is that, if you keep only Muslims on the board, I mean, I'm reading into it, if you keep only Muslims on the board, we can't trust them to use the land properly, right? And ye desh ka land hai. Because the way Rijiju phrased it is that, look, railways has a lot of land, desh ka land. Defense has a lot of land, desh ka land. And the third largest is owned by the Waqf. Is that also desh ka land? I mean, Rijiju. Okay, this is weird logic. Basically, it's like saying that, if you own property in India, is this desh ka land or your land? It is my land within the desh, man. Like, how are you supposed to like differentiate the two? It is land within India. What do you mean desh ka land? As if desh is a person. Oh my god. Anyway, arguments aside, they want to project as if this is land which we can interfere with as well. Okay, this Waqf land. Now, the other thing they are saying, which is very interesting, is that they, kaha gaya wo? Yeah. They want, this was the most weird thing when I read it. They want to implement a registration portal, okay, to enhance accuracy of Waqf property records. The revised bill pertains provisions establishing a centralized registration system. Under this system, all information regarding Waqf properties must be uploaded to a designated portal within 6 months of the law's enactment, right? So after this law has been enacted, within 6 months, all these people who own Waqf properties have to essentially enter that information into a singular portal, right? Anytime anybody gives Waqf in the future, they can only do it through this registration portal, right? The state, the boards and the council, whenever they consider a case, can only do it through this portal, right? So it is no more a religious practice which basically is under Article 26 and 25. You are allowed to profess your religion in your way and manage the affairs, and run institutions which also promote your religion with your own money, and the government cannot interfere. This is where the government is definitely interfering, right? Big time. Okay, and all the officials that are now in these boards and tribunals are going to be government people, right? So they are going to come and interfere like hell, and they are going to basically arbitrarily decide whether a Waqf is allowed or not, is what I guess is going to happen. Daniel, thank you so much for the support. Friends, okay, another check. Are you with me so far? Chat, if you are with me so far, please say hi before I continue. Because now I am going to tell you the... Is he A1 or A2? Some connection. A1 connection. It's a bizarre case. Okay. Hello. Oh, okay. So you are with me so far, right? Right. Okay. I'm also like getting my head together while I'm telling you all of this, okay? So forgive me if I'm being a little unclear. If you have any questions, you can ask some later as well. I will probably have an answer for that as well. I'm just trying to narrate it as I understood it. Okay. Here, this part. This is Asaduddin Owaisi. Gave a great speech, by the way. You should check him out. He gave a speech in Lok Sabha and made a lot of things clear. But this part is what I found very interesting.
आप आ जाइए, अगर डिस्प्यूट मेरा एंशिएंट मॉन्यूमेंट से वक्फ का एक मिसाल दे रहा हूं, दिल्ली में 172 वक्फ प्रॉपर्टीज एएसआई कंट्रोल में है। मैं तो हार ही गया वो, क्योंकि मेरे पास डॉक्यूमेंट नहीं है। आप कह रहे हैं कि डॉक्यूमेंट चढ़ाओ। अगर मेरा गवर्नमेंट से डिस्प्यूट चल रहा है, मैं तो क्लेम ही नहीं कर सकता, क्योंकि आप जज बनेंगे, आप ही फैसला करेंगे, और जब तक आप फैसला नहीं करते वो वक्फ की प्रॉपर्टी नहीं होगी। वो
Okay, one of the things I have to mention here, sometimes what has happened is that a person has encroached on, let's say, a government land. Okay, let's say it's railway land. Like railway has the land, but they haven't really built anything on it. But a person comes in and encroaches on top of it. That happens all the time in India, by the way. Not surprising. Hindus do it, Muslims do it, everybody does it. Okay. Then what if that happens and then this person gives off that parcel of land as Waqf, right? So if they have given it off as Waqf and then something has been built on top of it, the Waqf board technically owns that land now, right? They say that, oh, okay, this is registered as Waqf land. But then the government comes in and says, but boss, this was encroached in the first place, so how was it given to you as Waqf land and how are you using it? So there are like a bunch of disputes going on like this in courts. What was decided in 2013 was that there would be a tribunal that will be set up which will deal with all these cases, right? And the tribunal's essentially decision will be final, right? Now they have changed it and said that the tribunal's decision will not be final, right? The government will be the one who will decide, and it will also go to court. I mean, it was earlier also going to court, now it will still go to court, but now the government has a better stand in the whole thing.
प्रोविजन डाल दिया आपने। अच्छा, अगर मेरा डिस्प्यूट एनक्रोचर से होगा सर, तो एनक्रोचर में तो आपने तो 107 को डिलीट कर दिया। आप रातों रात खाबिज को, एनक्रोचर को मालिक बना रहे हैं। सर, मैं ये पूछना चाहता हूं आपके जरिए हुकूमत से, एक मुंबई में एक बहुत बड़े दौलतमंद है, खोजा बरादरी का यतीम खाना था, उन्होंने 2004 या 5 में 22 करोड़ में खरीद लिया। वो केस सुप्रीम कोर्ट में, क्या आप उनको मालिक बनाना चाहती हैं लिमिटेशन एक्ट अप्लाई करके? हमको बताइए, हम जानना चाह रहे हैं। और सच्चर कमेटी ने सर 2007 में कहा कि दिल्ली के 123 प्रॉपर्टीज की मार्केट वैल्यू।
Did you understand? Did you understand what he said, chat? No, you didn't. This is an article from 2017. It's okay. I know his Hindi was complicated. I will explain what happened. HC notice to Waqf board over Antilla land. Bombay High Court on Friday issued a notice to Waqf board to clarify its stand on a land on which Mukesh Ambani's house Antilla stands. Division bench of Chief Justice Manjula Cherur was hearing a plea filed by Abdul Mateen, a resident of Jalna. Mr. Mateen alleged mismanagement by the Waqf board in its sale of properties. The court was informed that the issue has been heard by the Supreme Court. The court inquired about the matter. Senior counsel told the court that the land belonged to Chirumbhoy Ibrahim Khoja Orphanage Trust. As the body is a secular trust, it is registered with the Charity Commissioner and does not come under Waqf board. Last year, High Court dismissed a petition alleging that the state Waqf property at South Mumbai was transferred to Antilla commercial property. The petitioner was directed to pay 10,000. So, wait, there is another one. Mukesh Ambani built Antilla on orphanage land illegally sold in 2005. Maharashtra State Board of Works. Okay, mota, what is happening here is that there was an orphanage land which was right in the middle of, where it is, where Antilla is currently, on top of the hill, right? So this orphanage apparently sold this land to Antilla Properties for some paltry 22 crore or something in 2002, right? And then later, the Maharashtra State Board of Waqf came in and said that, boss, this was not allowed because this was under the Waqf Property Board. Like, basically, this was Waqf property and it was illegally sold, right? So, technically, the orphanage was encroaching on Waqf land and then sold it to Ambani, allegedly. And then the Waqf board came in and said that, oh boss, ye kya kar rahe ho? So, that went into dispute. There have been many cases going on, and Supreme Court maybe basically this case is going on, was going on, I'm not so sure. But basically it is disputed property. And now what they have done is they have put in a statute of limitation into it, right? So now, no case which is older than 12 years old can be disputed anymore. Now the property transfer that has happened during that time has happened. Abhi kuch nahi kar sakte uska. So there is a Waqf connection with Ambani also, because everything is connected to Ambani and Adani, it seems. Aman. Why am I not surprised? Why Waqf have so much land? Math guy, good question. I'll tell you why. Okay. Meta. Okay, I'll take some questions. Now, why does Waqf have so much land? मैं दिखा देता हूँ वो वाला. It is a lot of land, it seems. We still don't know what is the actual total landmass that the Waqf own. We don't know that. But we know that 2,32,547 parcels of land or properties are owned by them. Okay. You have to understand the difference between religions to understand why they have so much land. Okay. Think about Hindu religion. Okay. Hindu religion may technically Hindu is a term that we use because we look at it as an umbrella religion now, but it is not. It is different sects or different practices in different areas of the country which have together coalesced into this Hindu religion. Okay, like for example, Jagannath Puri or Tirupati, right, or Ram Mandir, or Gujarat mein Somnath Mandir, or any other mandir, right? They are all technically different religions by themselves, by their own right. Okay, they all have their legends, they all have their cultures. For example, Jagannath Puri mein there is the Panda system, right? So the trust is managed by Pandas, which are Pandas hi bolte hai na. Sorry, any Odia here? I think they are called Pandas, right? Am I mistaking that? I think they are. Yeah. So basically, they're pujaris of that temple. Yes, pandas, right? So pandas are the ones who essentially control that temple, and they are the ones who are also on the trust. They are the ones who are deciding what happens in the temple and run the management. Same with Tirupati. Same with now the Ram Mandir, right? And none of them have non-Hindus on it, by the way. All of them have Hindus in it. Again, Hindu being like a larger term that I'm using here. Anyway, they are managed and run by that community of priests, primarily Brahmins. Now, if you had to ask, how much land do Hindu trusts own? You know why you will never get an answer? Because of this very reason, because of the decentralization of Hinduism across the country. Now, as much as you can try in India, like as much as Modi ji can try, you cannot like essentially put all of that together and call it totally Hindu. Okay, we have people who follow the Sanatan Dharma path. Okay, which is like our Shankaracharyas, etc., who believe in casteism, Siddha, right? Extreme, right? There are people who are milder form of Hindu. There are people who are follow a different tradition only, right? Many different traditions, many different cultures. Sometimes property laws might be different. Sometimes marriage laws may be different. We just call it Hindus. But when it comes to Muslims, or when it even comes to Christians, or when it comes to Sikhs, they are monotheistic religions, right? So whenever a person is giving land to for charitable or religious purposes, they are technically giving it to Allah. Do you understand? So the title owner is singular in that case. So that is why you see this happening. It is literally to do with the religious structures, right? And I'm pretty sure if we were to make a map of Hindu owning property like for religious purposes, way larger than this, right? The fact that this is together like this, just under one name, one title, that is why we are able to see this. That is the simple answer, right? Because these are all donations, you have to realize. Graveyards, mosques, shops, be agriculture, but these are all donated properties and lands, right? Under Muslim personal law. And that happens even in, like, sab log karte hai, by the way. In India, if you want, you can also start a trust, right? And you can donate your property to that trust. And that trust can use it as a for charitable purposes or for any other purpose, right? So it can be a not for profit. So you can do it as well. Just that some Muslims have decided to do it under this Muslim personal law. And that is why this is going on. Waqf is singular, temple trusts are plural. Exactly. Yeah. That's how pagan religion is. It's like saying people who believed in Zeus or areas, they are believing different religions. Monotheism is just hardcore versions of religion. All are stupid. Killa, so here's the thing. I'm just answering the question about why they have so much land. So it is to do with the structure of religion, right? Again, I'm not giving my opinion on whether, oh, this is stupid, that is stupid, whether religion is stupid at all. I don't care, honestly. I just find it extremely fascinating that this is what happens when a religious practice bleeds into laws and property ownership and personal law, and then that is being converted, and also politics. So that is what I was trying to say. Again, I'm not making a value judgment about this at all. And listen, if you want me to say that, oh, all Waqf property has been used in the service of Allah and also like, oh, all for great purposes, no, of course not. Of course, there will be some properties which would be used for, might be sold off, or like might be used for other purposes, or might be lying vacant or disputed or whatever, or might be used for illegal purposes. Of course होगा. मेरा कब मना किया है? Also, ये मेरा काम नहीं है. Because it's land. And you know, land is a precious commodity, right? And people want it. Thanks for all the content. Congratulations on successful project Anda. Also, total work land, I think it's 8.72 lakh owned by them, and 2.32 lakh is in UP. This is as per image that you're showing. Eh? Does it say that? Estimate है क्या? Okay, that's interesting. I don't know. यहाँ पे तो figure नहीं लिखा है. 8.72 lakh, which is owned by them, and 2.32 lakh is in UP. But that's no. But I'm saying that I'm not. These are titles, right? This is not total land mass. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I was talking about the land mass. Do we know how much land mass is owned? But again, see, guys, sorry, I'm confused here. Okay, tell me this. It says Waqf properties in Uttar Pradesh, number of immovable properties, right? Which is 8,72,324 in all over India, right? That is the number of properties. Number of properties. Understand what I'm saying? It is not the total land mass. It is not hectare. It is not acres. It is nothing. What? It says acres? Where? Where does it say acres? No, that's what I'm saying, guys. I think you're confused. What do you think this is? It is just the number of immovable properties. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Kilometer तो नहीं हो सकता ना. That's what I'm saying. It's the number of properties. It's not the total land mass. That's what I was talking about. We don't know how much the total land mass is. And I would, if there are any estimates, I would be happy to see them. Why a democracy like India needs Waqf? Friend, future predictor, it is Muslim personal law that we are talking about, right? Waqf is a tradition that has existed through Muslim personal law, and it has existed in India for ages now. And there are packets of land around the country, as you can see, some 8.5 lakh of them, which have been passed down for generations, probably centuries, or because of use through religious purposes. which are currently owned by the Waqf board now, right? It was transferred according to the Waqf personal law, and now they're owned by the Waqf board, technically, the title, or managed by it. And that is basically what we are trying to resolve, right? Or let's say, how do we modernize it? I'm not saying it shouldn't be modernized. Of course, it should be modernized. It should be reformed. It should be modernized. Land should be put to better use, whatever you want to say. But at the same time, do you really want to encroach on religious freedom? Do you want, like, do you not want graveyards to exist? Do you not want dargahs to exist? Do you not want, like, mosques to exist? That would be wrong, right? That would be absolutely wrong. Everyone same for the law, simple, majority takes call. Why should the majority take call, Amol? So majority can take call to eradicate the minority, and that is fine with you. Or majority can take call that, oh, I can just take whatever minority land that I want, and that is fine with you. You do realize that this is a very slippery slope, right? Minorities have rights, and they need to be protected. Because this is a democracy. That is the whole point of a democracy. Funny how no stakeholders are included while bringing in the act. Are we to pretend that it's normal? So B3, according to the government, they had called for consultation in the JPC. Okay, let me show you this. Look at this. This is Saket Gokhale, who is explaining what happened in the JPC. Modi government forced to bow to the people. Government was caught red-handed in parliament today after we demanded that the minister state on record if opposition dissent notes from Waqf bill JPC reports were censored. What the government did was that it sent this bill to a joint parliamentary committee, right? And they gave them time to study it, etc. They called for stakeholder consultations, and the government said कि करोड़ों लोगों ने लिखा हमको और support भी किया ये bill को, whatever. But giant amounts of this JPC report were censored.
Saket, 1 minute.
Sir, my limited point here.
Yes,
within
good.
1 minute.
I'm glad. Limited, focus point.
Limited, sir. This is not a religious issue. This is a constitutional issue. Now, sir, I would like to request, because the Honorable Minister, Mr. Bhupendra Yadav, read a point of order, and then...
What the point of order?
No, I'm coming. It's my presentation.
The House is in order. Go ahead.
No, so he spoke about redactions in any dissent note that can be done in a JPC. The minister said that dissent notes have been annexed. I would like to ask on the record whether half pages of dissent notes have been redacted,
Fine.
calling them unparliamentary, because that is unconstitutional. Okay. That is censorship, sir.
Fine, good.
So
good
minister
point.
should respond if any redaction has been done in the dissent notes,
fine.
sir.
So essentially the government claims that they had done stakeholder consultation, B3, but MPs are now saying that it was actually censored and their dissent notes were not included in the report at all. So take of it what you will. Friends, thank you so much for the support, friends. Rachit is saying de-recognize all religious institutions across religions, corporate tax all of them, treat Waqf and temple trusts and church authorities like private property owners or NGOs. Secular state shouldn't deal with this nonsense. Okay, guys, I need to explain what Indian secularism is. I'll come to Rachit's point, but there is a larger point that I need to make here. Guys, do you understand that there is a difference between Western secularism and Indian secularism? If you understand that, please say hi. If you do not understand that, please say no, because it is very vital to understanding the point that Rachit is making. Sampath doesn't understand, okay. Okay, fair, fair. Sujal, Shreya, no, you don't. Okay, sure. I'll explain very quickly, right? What the difference between Indian secularism and Western. So Western secularism, which actually follows what Killa was saying or Rachit is saying, which is separation of church and state, right? So government does not interfere in religion, religion does not interfere in government, right? Completely separate, laws are separate, nothing to do with anything, right? The government has no business being in religion, right? But in India, our secularism is not that. Our secularism essentially allows the government to interfere in religion. Actually, it is one of the features of Indian secularism. What that means is that if there are human rights violations happening due to a religious practice, like for example sati or triple talaq, right? You can't tell me that all triple talaq cases were legitimate, right? Especially if you're a woman, right? There were some abuses happening there. In such cases of human rights abuses, etc., like sati, all the things, the state can intervene and stop that practice. That is Indian secularism. That the state, in order to implement one of the core beliefs of our constitution, which is no discrimination, equal opportunity, law will treat everyone equally, they can interfere in religious practices. So technically the government doing this, which is Waqf board, land, might be considered that as well, which is Indian secularism, which is they're trying to reform one of the practices that already exist under Muslim law. Okay, whether that is right or wrong, again, I am nobody to say that, because I'm not a stakeholder. I'm not a, if you didn't know, I'm not. I'm just explaining it as it is. Probably you should do consider talking to some Muslim friends that you have, and also understanding from their perspective what they think about this law. I spoke to one of my friends and they said that there is some element of truth that the Waqf was acting like land mafia in particular states, especially Uttar Pradesh. Also because the Samajwadi Party had encouraged it a lot. Yes, that had happened. A bunch of places where even in Maharashtra and in West Bengal as well, there are places where there was this shady takeover of land that was happening through the Waqf, right? To reform that, you can say yes, we can reform that. My thing is, why do you have to bring in an entire law which completely takes away the practice to implement this? I think that's overkill. I think that's a bit overkill. So to address Rachit's point again, de-recognize all religious institutions, etc., etc. Again, secular state, when I say we are a very special kind of secular state, friend. So that's why we do this. Number of immovable properties is 8.72 lakh, not it refers to the scale, not the total. Check the bottom right of the image. It shows India in circle, not acres. That's what I said. Yash, exactly what I said. I think, why are you getting confused? Exactly what I was saying. You're just repeating it. But thank you for the support. We are special. We are Vishwagurus. Yes. Can a Labour Party do something good for India except for these communal parties? Labour Party? What do you mean Labour Party? You mean CPM? Or which Labour Party are you talking about? No, I think a better way to ask this. Currently, in the current scenario, which party can say that we represent laborers? It's a very difficult question, right? Which is the party that can say that we represent laborers as a collective? Can Waqf further sell the properties? So, no. According to Muslim law, they cannot. They have to hold on to it. But there have been cases where they have. And that is why it has gone into a lot of dispute. Please do a members only stream before my membership ends. Oh, good reminder, Skeleton. So, guys, if you are a Giga member, I will be doing a Giga member special call this weekend. As Saturday, Sunday. I'll put in the details on Sunday mostly. And also, I will be doing a members only stream also either this weekend or next week, Monday, Tuesday types. So, I will do a members only stream as well. Aditya is saying CPIM. CPIM can say that they represent laborers. Fair. They come close. Although, I find that a little... I guess yes. Yes, I guess they haven't really left that platform yet. So they can legitimately say that. Any news on how the Hindu religious lands are being put to use? See, Nikunj, that is a territory that we don't enter, right? So if you are someone who is so worried about whether land is being used productively, why only look at Muslims? Why not look at how Hindus are using the land also? How temple trusts are using the land? How different religious practices are being implemented? Whether it is going according to that or whether they have encroached on government property or something like that. But that is the territory that we don't get into, right? Temple reform is a big thing. Oh, wow. Okay, look at this. Vortex has given 50 memberships. Oh, thank you so much. So many people got it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Arey, it's payday. True. Payday. First stream of the month. Sabka payday ho raha hai. No wonder. Thank you. I'm glad I'm a part of your pay package, friends. नहीं तो मुझे कौन पैसा देता है वैसे. हाँ, ये खत्म होने दो. पेड़े. Oh, by the way, guys, you know that the Trump tariff thing happened, right? I've written a video, I've shot the video. A video will be out either on Monday or Tuesday. I will put it up for members only first. So members will get to see it first, 24 hours before it actually goes up. So that is going to happen. Arey, Pramod, look at Pramod for 5 memberships. Thank you so much. Thank you. Much appreciated. So a bunch of you will get some membership perks very soon, by the way. All 55 of you now will get membership perks. So don't worry. And you will get to attend a members only live stream also. A few of them now. Like I think this is for a month. So like I think at least 3 or 4 members only live streams. I hope some hater doesn't get memberships due to gifting. Arey, it's okay. Like, I mean, don't be like that. Oh, Daniel, thank you for the support, friend. Much appreciated. Yeah, what about that? What is your view on Trump tariff and will it cause iPhone price to drop in India? Explain us. So, I've written an entire video on it, friend. Explain us, which will come. But TLDR on my take on Trump tariffs. Man is an idiot. TLDR, Trump sir has decided to... Oh, look, another 20 memberships. What? Yash, thank you so much, friend. Thank you. Raining memberships today. Wow. Shresht, you thought I was going to support him, right? Okay, I halfway support Trump. Halfway. There is a reason though. Okay, good news and bad news, Trump tariff ka. One thing is, there is a chance we might benefit from this whole thing. There is a chance. Short term may we might benefit from this. For example, the amount of tariff that Trump has put on China, Vietnam, Bangladesh, all of our Asian competitors is way higher than us, right? So technically, our products have suddenly become more competitive. So it does give us like an opportunity for in textiles and other things, a bunch of other sectors. We already like own the pharmaceutical space, so that's not a problem. But the bad news is tariffs never work. Tariffs is a shitty idea if you want to run a country. Okay, it has happened before, which is in 19 कब हुआ था? Yeah, last time I think Great Depression के पहले हुआ था 1929. Yeah, Great Depression के पहले US had implemented a tariff like this, which was on 20,000 products, and it didn't go well. World trade fell by 66% because the entire world went into global recession as a result. Great Depression हुआ और फिर उसके बाद एक war भी हुआ, which was called World War II. So mota long term the world will suffer global recession because now countries will start taxing each other like crazy, which means the prices of goods go up, which means demands go down, which means people buy less, which means trade goes down. And the thing is, a depression doesn't happen because countries were trading too much. A depression or recession happens, global recession, when countries talk less, trade less, become more isolationist, and conflicts बढ़ते. So we might benefit short term, world will suffer long term, which means we will suffer long term. So yeah, export oriented countries got fucked. A professional YouTube viewer, here's the thing though. Oh, wait. What? Rational Human gave another 10 memberships. क्या बात है? क्या चल रहा है आज, friends? If there is a revenue generated from small land patch in Waqf board liable to tax to Indian government. Trust का क्या है? Keshav, I'll have to look this up. It's an interesting question. I think charitable trust का अलग होता है कुछ taxation things. Because it's a not for profit. I'll have to look this up. I forgot about this. Yeah, it's a very good question. Is there anyone in chat who can answer that? The question that our friend Keshav asked. I mean, they can't earn any profits for sure, right? But how will the taxation work? I don't know. Oh look, Shweta also gave 10 memberships. सही में आज तो मतलब सबको members बना के छोड़ेंगे ना लोग. What? क्या हो रहा है friends? आज पनीर बनेगा. I thought you're opposed to neoliberalism. Aren't protectionist policies a good thing by protectionist logic? Protectionist policies. No, here's the thing. One of the things that is worrying me about this whole tariff thing, guys. There is this scary thing right around like हमारे ऊपर called China. Yeah, that's a scary thing. What will happen is that Trump is like going to impose shit ton of tariffs on China like a crazy person, which he already did, right? Now China is going to impose tariffs on Trump, right? But the thing is, Chinese goods will become more expensive, so which means they will have excess products. Now what they will do is they'll want to dump it in a bigger market, and the bigger market is us. So हमारे market में गंदा flooding होने वाला है Chinese products का, and as a result हमारा domestic market मर सकता है. So yeah, another 50 memberships. Keshav, thank you friend. Oh, what is this? ये आज तो मतलब चांदी हो रही है फ्रेंड. चांदी मतलब इट्स सो गुड. नो, इट्स सो गुड. 4 तारीख beginning of the month, चिकन बिरयानी. चिकन बिरयानी. पहले अंडा भात था, चिकन बिरयानी. इसी बात पे हम एक को बता देते हैं. सो माई मदर इन लॉ हैज दिस थिंग विच इज she's from Bengal, right? So she has what? So whenever she makes a little earning, it is dal bhat. Whenever she makes a little bit more earning, it is deem bhat. Then it becomes chicken. No, then it becomes mach bhat. Then it becomes chicken bhat, and then it becomes mutton bhat. So हम कौन से स्टेज पे पहुंचे हैं फ्रेंड्स? व्हाट इज द स्टेज? दाल भात से ऊपर चले गए, अंडा भात से ऊपर तो चले गए. आई थिंक वी आर एट माच भात टुडे. माच भात. Just wanted to let the new people know that nerds are generous. Oh, that's very sweet. अब तो मतलब मेंबरशिप लाइव स्ट्रीम्स की भरमार करनी पड़ेगी हमको. प्रेशर बनता है ना, ऐसे ऐसे प्रेशर बनाते हैं. Like think about it. If you could basically just throw money at government and say, देख मैंने कितना टैक्स भरा, आप काम कर. Government should feel the pressure also, no? Does that make sense? I'm not the government. I'm not. Suppose if the land patch earns 100 rupees annually and 85 is spent on a madrasa, the income is exempt. If less than 85% is spent without accumulation, the remainder is taxable. Oh, taxable, sorry. Oh, interesting. So, Midu, so किसका केशव का question था? This is the answer. If less than 85 is spent, the remainder is taxable. Interesting. So basically they have to spend most of the money, and then if they have some left, then they get Kochi Patha Kosha, tender young mutton curry. Ooh, okay. Akshdeep, thank you for the support as well, friend. How do controlling land will cause development of India? We struggling with job, education, health. Aditya Vikram, I have no idea, but honestly, like if you speak to any older person, they will just tell you कि भाई asset खरीद लो भाई asset खरीद लो. Increase your wealth, friend, because wealth से ही पैसा बनता है. Income से कुछ नहीं होता. Invest in property, buy assets. Peace-loving meat eaters. What? Amol, you don't eat meat or what? Huh? Amol? Are you a vegetarian? Are you like offended by all this non-veg talk? Because sir, बंगाल जाओ कभी. अरे इतने मस्त लोग हैं वहाँ पे, सबके सब. And बहुत मच्छी खाते हैं, मच्छी. Oh, Amol is vegetarian. Oh, it's okay, Amol. I know you are a good person, right? It's okay. Don't judge. Some people eat. You don't have to. And you don't have to judge also. You have that option. It's okay. And also, you don't need to convert also. Just be by your own. You have your own logic. It's okay. All good. Guys, I'm doing a quick poll karte ek. I'm now curious. Are you question mark vegetarian, meat eater, vegan, other? Now if you are like a pescatarian or whatever, eggitarian जो भी बोलते हैं, you are other. Okay, I just want to see. I am meat eater, huh? I'm number 2. I am a meat eater. Anmol is fine, right? Anmol, don't worry. Hey, Val, thank you for the 5 memberships, friend. Can we talk about what is happening in Hyderabad and how the only opposition is being a hypocrite spamming second time? Can we talk about what is happening in Hyderabad? I haven't checked. What is happening in Hyderabad again, chat? Eggs are not vegetarian, please. I watched you when you had 4K subs and knew something was different, something new, so great. I'm a sub from then. Oh, Ben Unique, thank you so much, man. Thank you. You've seen me from 4K to now 86. Guys, 14,000 baki for 100K. Road to 100K. Okay, I am done with the Waqf thing. But there is another interesting thing happened, friends, which I think is worth mentioning. As I said, the Waqf Amendment Act was discussed till 2 in the night, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, at 2 in the night, government does the shitty. I mean, look at this. 45 minutes to Manipur at 2 a.m. in Parliament, Congress urges President's rule necessary but not sufficient. As you know, in February, the CM of Manipur finally resigned. Biren Singh finally resigned. Do you understand this? May 2023 is when the violence started. It took him 1.5 years to resign. 1.5 years to take responsibility and say that bhai nahi ho raha hai mere se. 1.5 years. Crazy town. Anyway, after that, they implemented President's rule, and then it has to be ratified by the Parliament in this session. So every time you implement a President's rule in any state, the next session is when you have to get it ratified through a resolution from Parliament, right? And usually when that happens, the government gives people time to speak about it, because President's rule is not a joke. Imposing a President's rule means suspending government and imposing a central government rule on a state. Okay, and that happened for Manipur at 2 a.m. after the Waqf Amendment. 2 baje raat ko. Even Shashi Tharoor was taken aback because he was supposed to start the debate. Okay. While the nation slept and as Lok Sabha ready to call it a day, the government initiated a discussion on the proclamation of President's rule in ethnic violence hit Manipur at 2 a.m. on Thursday. This was after the House had just passed the contentious Waqf bill after 14 hours of debating, by the way. The time spent on Manipur discussion, in contrast, was just 41 minutes, including a 9-minute reply from Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Opposition was clearly stunned. Soon after the passage of Waqf bill, Union Minister Kiran, who pointed out that the Waqf got up to request the speaker to take up discussion for a statutory resolution on President's rule in Manipur. Opposition tried to protest, but Om Birla insisted on holding the discussion. Visibly bewildered, Tharoor asked the speaker whether he genuinely wanted a discussion at this time. Let's do it tomorrow morning, he said. Speaker did not budge. Tharoor began speaking. I must say that I am sorely tempted at this very late hour to say that better late than never and just let the bill pass. But I think some harsh home truths must be told. We have all witnessed the horrors of Manipur, a slow-burning horror since May 2023, and continued for 21 months before President's rule was actually declared. Now, it was very fast, what happened, and the new information that I learned here is that Amit Shah said that in the last 4 months, there hasn't been a single death, and they have gotten the situation under control. Also, the fact, it's very interesting that after things became peaceful is when Biren Singh decided to resign, because it looks like BJP has lost control over the state. Very very weird situation in Manipur. Like he said, the unusual experience last night. ये देखो Tharur doing the Tharur. Unusual experience last night of making speech at 2 a.m. and that too in Parliament. Lok Sabha took up consideration of the Home Minister's resolution approving the proclamation of President's rule in Manipur, and it did so after prolonged discussion and voting of the Waqf bill.
Dr. Shashi Tharoor ji.
Sir, you genuinely want to discuss it this time?
Shashi Tharoor ji.
2 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock in the morning. Everybody is here.
Okay.
बेसिकली सब सो रहे थे
Let's do tomorrow,
तो
sir.
उन्होंने बस
So let's
डाल
do
दिया.
tomorrow morning.
आप शशि थरूर जी बोलना चाहते हैं?
So हम बोलेंगे,
हाँ
लेकिन
तो
कल
बोलिए. बोलिए.
2 बजे करना है.
Umbrella is like, I don't give a fuck.
Sir, the house is not in order, sir.
आइटम नंबर 14 स्टेट्यूटरी रेजुलेशन शुरू हो चुका है. मैं माननीय सदस्य डॉक्टर शशि थरूर जी से कहूंगा कि वो अपने विचारों को व्यक्त करें.
All right, sir. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, I must say I'm sorely tempted at this very late hour. I'm sorely tempted at this very late hour, sir, to say that better late than never and just let the bill pass. But I think some home truths must be told. We've all witnessed the horrors of Manipur, a slow-burning horror once the unrest began in May of 2023, which is continuing now 21 months before the President's rule was actually declared.
So basically, you see what is happening here, right, chat? Manipur is extremely uncomfortable for the BJP. So they found it 2 a.m. at night after the Waqf Amendment bill. They were like, अब बात कर उस पे, अब बात कर. कोई नहीं देखने वाला, कोई अच्छे से स्पीच भी नहीं देने वाला. Everybody is extremely tired. Look at like Tharoor's face. He is extremely tired. You can see it. Oh my God, he's tired. Yeah. Manipur, 2 baje, 41 minutes. Very sad. Very sad. We sad. My ex-boss? No, Tharoor is not my ex-boss. No. I have done this at work when there is painful topic to discuss. Instead, muddle the meeting with some other random distraction and then agree to talk about it next time. Yeah. Also, the end days of Parliament. Yeah, that's true. Gaurav, this could have been done much earlier. This could have been done like literally like for the last month, anytime. But no. अब बीच करना है. Last 3 days में करने का है. पहले तो बुड्ढे हैं, वो भी लेट आवर्स एटलीस्ट जवान लोग रखते हैं. Yes. Can you explain that is President Pool a bad decision? I'm political noob. Oh, current. So here's the thing. President's rule is supposed to be a last option. What happens is that when the state government cannot handle a political situation, for example, if when Biren Singh resigned, right? They wanted to do a floor test, which means that they wanted to prove majority in assembly, Manipur assembly again, right? So the governor reached out to the other MLAs and asked, can you form a government with some coalition by coming together? And all of them refused. And that is why, because there is no government in place, because there is no assembly in place, that is when the president's rule is imposed, which means the central government directly takes control of the state, right? In Kashmir, for example, that happened for how many years? A long time. 2016 से 2017 से president's rule लगाया था, I feel like, or long, I forgot, but long time president's rule in Kashmir. They didn't allow the assembly to function. They didn't allow the government to function. So it can be both ways. Right now in Manipur, I feel like it's a good idea because the central government can actually then intervene directly and fix the situation. Whatever their own party has ruined or whatever ethnic clashes that have been happening, they can hopefully find some resolution. Given what Amit Shah said, okay, I would want to believe him that in the last 4 months there has been not one death, no single death, which is a good idea, which sounds great. And president's rule in this circumstance is normal until the next election happens. Oi, look who's here. Chat, it's time for Alu Cam. It is Alu Cam, Alu Cam. Look, Alu. Wait. It is time for Alu Cam. अरे आलू कैम को क्या हो गया? रुक जाओ फ्रेंड्स, मेरे पास है आलू कैम, चल रहा है आलू कैम। अबे इसको क्या हुआ? सॉरी गाइस, आलू कैम मैल फंक्शन हो गया। शिट, माय बैड। आलू कैम मैल फंक्शन हो गया, सॉरी। इधर आ आलू, come here. Chat wants to see you. Can you come up? Can you come up so that chat can see you? See, chat. Look, chat. आलू is here, but sorry, उसका आलू कैम चल नहीं रहा है ढंग से. I tried to turn it on. It's not turning on. I'll have to see क्या हो गया इसको. Anyway, we shall see. Alu is equal to veg took offense. Your views, link between silence on tariff and A1's US summon and A2's family future. Oh wow, that's a lot of questions. Oh, tariff pay, the government has given like a lame ass press release. If you didn't know, the Ministry of Commerce, which is run by Piyush Goyal, he has given like a very nothing burger press release which says nothing. They're saying, oh, we are evaluating the situation. I think it's like a legitimate response, honestly. I'm not going to blame them for that because अभी ट्रम्प को गुस्सा नहीं देने का है. अभी the thing is, the Trump is a businessman. ट्रम्प के साथ डील करने का. और क्या कर रहा है आलू तू? क्या कर रहा है? She's in a very playful mood right now, clearly. क्या कर रहा है? मैं काम कर रहा हूँ. काम चालू है आलू. So I think they already got an exemption for the pharmaceutical industries. So Trump doesn't have any morals. Trump doesn't have any Oh, by the way, guys, did you see how they calculated the tariffs, the rates? It is the most stupid thing ever. Okay, I'm not going to spoil it. I have explained it in the video, so you will have to watch the video. Oh my god, it was crazy when I finally found out how they came up with the rates. Yes, Chat GPT tariff, but it gets worse. Please see news of Hyderabad deforestation. Oh, the deforestation is what you were talking about. Yes, someone else had mentioned it, right? What is the forest? Sorry, chat, forest का नाम क्या है? Forest Kancha Gachibowli, right? Yeah, Kancha Gachibowli. Students got visa cancelled while studying in the US. Yeah. This is the latest. Supreme Court stays clearing of 400-acre green cover near Hyderabad University. Seeks report from HC registrar. Oh, Supreme Court ने stay लगा दिया. 5 days after Telangana government began clearing large tracts of Kanchakachibali forested area near University of Hyderabad, Supreme Court directed the state to stop the alarming deforestation activity. Until further orders, no activity of any sort except the protection of trees already existing shall be undertaken by the state. Beginning Sunday, the Telangana government deployed scores of earth movers to level the green cover, home to several species of flora and fauna, as a part of a plan to auction it off to develop IT parks. UH students have been protesting against the state's action, demanding it withdraw its decision to auction the land. Earlier on Thursday, the court ordered an interim stay, hearing the matter again in the afternoon. Okay. There is a satellite image also. Oh wow. Oh. Oh, that's really, that's evident what happened there. You can see, right? Yeah. Finally, we are focused on what we can control instead of Trump, who is a maniac. One of the best sayings ever. पहले अपना घर साफ करते हैं, Trump Putin बाद में है. Pranav, but the thing is, what Trump did will affect us, whether you like it or not. So it is also like, see, like, I mean, Trump kuch bhi kare, but it's good to talk about how it will affect us, no? Sometimes. What is your view on Marathi imposition? I don't think it should happen. That's my view. Also, I've seen like so many MNS people are going on a rampage recently. My views on language I have basically mentioned many times on this live stream. I think language is a mode of communication, and if you are living in an area and in that area a language is more effective and more helpful for you to communicate with the people around, then you should pick it up. I mean, not should, it shouldn't be a compulsion. You should pick it up because it's easier for you to survive in that environment as a result, right? If you want to get into an MNC, if you want to get a job abroad, you can learn English or you can learn the language of that country which you want to move to, right? Why are you doing it? Because you will want to communicate and talk to the people in that job or that country or that area. That is the purpose of language. Yes. So if a person from Uttar Pradesh is going to Maharashtra, right, and they're doing a job in Maharashtra and they're getting by with tutti putti Marathi or Hindi, why should they be forced to learn a language if they are getting by? Unless they feel the need to learn the language, why should you force it on them? सस्ता जैक डैनियल्स बिकॉज ऑफ टैरिफ्स? ये कब हुआ? ए, इज प्रमोद स्टिल हियर? प्रमोद, ये दारू का रेट क्या होगा रे? कुछ कम ज्यादा होने वाला है क्या? Water issues, green coverage and breathable air, how and where are the things constructed are all not taken into account. No matter the state, central or state agency for environment doesn't exist. Because it's not on the priority list. The people who suffer the most in this language debate are working class people. Yeah. What about 200-year-old Bengalis and Punjabis in Bombay forgetting their culture and language? And it's, so if you assimilate with a particular area and the environment, and because you have not lived in your ancestral area or have moved like 2 generations ago, 3 generations, that's okay, right? I mean, why is that a problem? India has reduced. Oh, nice. They have reduced import tax on all whiskey made in US. ओहो ओहो सस्ता होने वाला है बर्बन बर्बन सस्ता होने वाला है क्या बात है क्या बात है ए नो ब्रांड नेम्स unless they sponsor this channel, okay? So if there are any brands watching this, यार तुम लोग शेखर गुप्ता को स्पॉन्सर करते हो हैं? मेरे को पता है कौन से ब्रांड हो तुम, ओके? Val is saying dream on, it seems. What, you don't think I can get the same sponsors as Shekhar Gupta? What is wrong with you, Val? Check out latest Nityanand news. Okay, we are doing random news, it looks like. ठीक है, नित्यानंद को क्या हुआ? एक सेकंड चैट, कुछ तो हुआ नित्यानंद को. Our favorite Baba in the universe. Hey, you're not addressing him by his full name. क्या? Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, right? What is this? It's all in like, I want English, but where it's all Kannada, Tamil. Ready to reopen closed school after examining what? What happened? नित्यानंद है क्या? मैंने गलत डाला क्या? How Nityananda's Kailasa members grabbed land of indigenous groups in Bolivia. What? Okay. This is going to be fun. Information about the land deal with indigenous communities came to light after an investigation by Bolivian newspaper. Members of fugitive self-styled godman Nityanand's fictional country were deported from Bolivia for allegedly attempting to seize land belonging to indigenous communities. They arrested 20 people associated with Kailasa. They were charged with land trafficking after they negotiated 1,000-year leases with indigenous groups for swaths of the Amazon. ये क्या पागल आदमी है यार? According to a New York Times report, the agreements by Kailasa members were declared void and they were deported to their home countries, including India, United States, Sweden, and China. Okay, one thing you have to give Nityanand, बहुत multicultural environment बना के बैठे हैं सर वहाँ पे. Bolivia does not maintain diplomatic relations with the alleged nation United States of Kailasa. According to report, Kailasa followers had arrived in Bolivia on tourist visas, such as their clout that they even managed a photo with the country's president. What? The information about the land deal with indigenous community came to light. The newspaper revealed details about leases that Nityananda's fictional country members had signed with the groups in the Amazon. Oh my god. Oh. The conversations turned to a lease of land 3 times the size of New Delhi. According to the report, the Buare agreed to a 25-year deal that would supposedly have paid them nearly $200,000 allegedly. Oh my god. Oh my god. How much money does this guy have? When Kailasa members returned with a draft in English, the lease year was increased to 1,000 years and also included the use of airspace and the extraction of natural resources. Oh my god. Wanted in India on charges of kidnapping. His passport was cancelled. Paraguayan government official was replaced after it was revealed that he had signed a memorandum of understanding with representatives of Kailasa, who also appear to have duped several local officials in South American country. My God, dude, this guy is running like a rich cult, and he's just going around the world and doing whatever he wants. Like, he wanted to buy a piece of the Amazon. कितना पैसा है इसके पास? No, seriously, कितना पैसा है? Also, like, why doesn't Adani do these things? Or Ambani? Just go and take over random parts of the world. Or maybe they already have. They just don't do it in such a funny way. Maybe he's bluffing. They have taken over animals from parts of the world. Oh, they have. That's true. That's true. Private zoo, allegedly, of course. Did you see how IIT and Baba just disappeared? That's true. Where did he go? Has he stopped updating and everything also? Why are we seeing non-English results in Google these days? I mean, I'm also noticing more non-English results. Google in general has become shittier, I feel like. I don't know, is it just me? Or does the first page of Google not give you the answers anymore? Like, you have to go to like the second, third page, or like go a little deeper and then find it. I don't know, but something is off with Google. DuckDuckGo is good. Okay, I'm going to try DuckDuckGo. They ban sites. Their ranking has changed, I guess. And or maybe it's like just that whole AI nonsense that they started. Did you see the news of Anant Bhai rescuing chickens? His PR is working super hard. Oh yeah, that was a fun news item. Guys, chat, if you heard about how the Ambani bravely, the younger Anant Ambani bravely saved chicken, please say hi. If you don't, please say no. I read this and I was like, this can't be real, man. This can't be real, but it is. He sent them to Mantara. What? Oh my god. Okay. Wait. What boring news? What are you talking about, man? Like, this is boring. Mukesh Ambani, Nita Ambani's son, Anant Ambani pays double price to buy 250 chickens due to ... What? Anant Ambani is on a 140-kilometer pilgrimage from Jamnagar to Dwarka. हैं? ये कब हुआ? Anant Ambani is well known for his philanthropic efforts. His latest act of kindness has won widespread appreciation. Currently is on a 140-kilometer pilgrimage from Jamnagar to Dwarka. During his journey, he came across 250 chickens that were being transported to a slaughterhouse. Moved by their plight, he immediately decided to rescue them. He reportedly stopped the van near Kumbalia town. Video of the incident has gone viral, showing Anant Ambani walking with a chicken in his hands. Save them all, buy them, pay their owner, and we will take care of them. Wow. Oh no, why is there music, man? Why did you have to put music behind this? Oh my god, why? God. No, don't music it. कॉपीराइट स्ट्राइक लगेगा. अंबानी, क्लेवर अंबानी. Yeah. Great. 250 chickens crammed in a truck on their way to slaughter. But then Anant Ambani steps in. He stops the truck, talks to the owner, pays the price. ये क्या PR करके रखा है इन्होंने. These 240 souls are now safe and will be cared for. On his way to Dwarka for his 30th birthday, he chose compassion, a truly heartwarming gesture. RIL updates, compassion in action. Anant Ambani, saved by kindness, one Tara. Saved by kindness, क्या है ये? Is this like a PR thing? Oh, it is nothing. It is nothing. Compassion in action. Is this a thing? No, it's not. Anant Ambani is obviously a thing. Okay. God bless him. As a companion, whatever. कितने मिले? जीरो मिलेंगे भी अगर तो सब एनुअल वेलफेयर में जाएंगे. प्रे करो कि मिले. कितने मिले? But anyway, Anant Ambani, our friend. And meanwhile, we have done a poll. 22% vegetarians, there are 69% meat eaters, 3% vegans, and 6% others. Oh, we have a good bunch of mix of people, I feel like. Chomugiri is acceptable, yes. ये अमीर लोग का अपना ही इंटरनल पीआर और डिल्यूजन चलता है. आई नो राइट. What he's walking? What is happening? He's walking. He's क्या 140 kilometer pilgrimage, 30th birthday. What? Why do opposition keep saying these self-destructive things when the war happened? Why didn't we give a stronger response to our allies? Or on deportation of illegals? Why don't we stand up to US? Bhavjot, it is not a good idea to stand up against the US right now, friend. Also, America is very powerful. So see, Trump considers our friend, our Shri Sir Supreme Leader Modi ji as a friend. So maybe Modi ji can get some deals done, I guess. Because, you know, Supreme Leader. Pow chicka wow wow. He looks convincing, to be honest. Recall Hema Malini sweeping floor on news. A question, do you think the power of protests have gone down? I mean, like RG Car and other cases, people protest and forgot about them in a week. What's your stance? Otherwise, like you saw the farmers protest, right? And the CAA protest. Of course, the powers of protests haven't gone down. If protests are done well and consistently, yeah, they're still useful. And also the protest with the forest thing, the deforestation thing. I mean, even if I think the police went and lathi charged them, etc., but the court did stop them immediately. So protests do work. My father says Trump has Modi's popat. Oh, that theory. Yes. That is also correct. I mean, the theory, there is a theory that he's holding Sri Sir Supreme Leader's popat. And this is not, it does sound ashleel, but the the Popert is actually A1, right? Or A2, whatever. The guy who got like a notice. Business sir. Business sir is the Popert. I was not saying anything Ashleel. Guy got married and decided to walk away 140 kilometers. Oh God. Bharadwaj. Plus. Plus. You say he's following the footsteps of another person. Maybe he will not go back. Maybe he will start. I don't know. He sold chai before that, no? Before getting married. Pilgrimage. Please don't let him talk. Give more memberships. Acha, I do have a different question from this topic. Do you have kids? If you do not, if not, do you have CF mindset? CF mindset क्या होता है? Child free. Jagga, good question. I don't have kids. I don't intend to have kids. And there are many reasons. Chat, do you want to listen to my anti-natal? Is that what it's called? Child-free mindset and my views? If yes, say hi. Otherwise, I won't bore you. Yeah. Okay. Fair, fair, fair. So, one of the reasons is I might sound very. I don't know how I will sound when I say this, right? Anyway. So, I have nothing against kids, right? I have nothing against kids. I love kids. Like, I mean, my friends have kids and I like playing with them. I like handling them. But would I want a child of my own? No. Because why would you bring another human being into this world? Especially in a place like Delhi, because I'm in Delhi. I'm going to be here for a bit, I guess. I don't want to subject a child to Delhi. It just feels cruel. I don't know. And it just seems extremely selfish for me. That is one. Second is it's expensive. Yeah, it's expensive, and I again, this is why I'm saying I might sound weird, but it's expensive, and I think I would rather spend that money elsewhere. Um, it's okay, right? And third is my latent parental feelings are going to get all like redirected to like animals. Yeah, that those are the three primary reasons, but also the fourth reason is yeah, it's my call. It's not my call alone, right? It is also my partner's call, and so yeah, I think that call matters more than my call, because that body will be more damaged than my own body, right? So then it doesn't matter what I feel, I guess. After a point, it doesn't, right? I want to hear the feminist reason too. If you're not okay, yeah, that's the feminist reason, right? Her body, her choice. I am having a kid. I'll have it in a Western Europe country, not a chance in India. Fair. I mean, if the environment is better, I think it might increase the chances. But then, like, I don't think so. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you know, the funny thing is, I was hearing someone, or did someone talk to me the other day? We were having this conversation only about having kids and whatever. It's a lot like leadership. Hear me out. You know, one of the things that are all of our scriptures and tales and whatever they tell us about leadership is that the best leader is the one who doesn't want leadership, right? The best leader is always someone who gets leadership thrust on them, right? So it's kind of antithetical. So the best leader will always be someone कि लोग बोल रहे हैं कि भाई तू ना capable लग रहा है, चल you become leader and you lead us now. Now that is where that leader will be very careful and very you know, like tuned in with the people that they're leading, etc. But at the same time they will be like nahi chahiye yaar, but I have to do this now because the people want it and expectations, etc, etc. They'll do a good job. It's the same with fatherhood, right? It's the same with I feel like the good dads will always be the ones who do not want to be dads. Same logic. And the dads who actually want to be dads, I am a little like, maybe not. I've seen enough terrible people giving birth to children and ruining it already. I'm 35 and it's not great. It's not great. It's a paradox. Exactly, it's a paradox. Oh, you mean Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi are best leaders? No. Wait, was that thrust upon them? No. Sonia Gandhi, actually you're right. In the beginning, Sonia Gandhi it was thrusted on her, right? She didn't want to be a leader. राहुल गांधी तक छोड़ दो, राहुल गांधी का थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है. Dads who want children are real strong men who build the world. Effeminate men like you सिर्फ बातें करते हो. Haha. Oh my god, who is this Gotham idiot? My god. Oh wait, do we have a manosphere idiot moron on our stream now? Oh my god, I'm so privileged. Andrew के टट्टे आ गए. Andrew के टट्टे. Yes. बहुत पैसा था, couldn't ignore the lust for throne. Welcome to adolescence, Gotham. Oh my god. This Gotham fellow has been showing up a lot, huh? I still haven't muted him. But man has some interesting opinions. I don't think he understands time and space and environment too much, chat. So please forgive him for that. Come here, my fellow antinatalist. Know the pressure. Karthik, thank you so much. Thank you for the 14 months. Yeah, man, it is tough. I do not like talk about these things often. Okay, like kids and what I think about having kids, etc. It's very uncomfortable for me to talk to you also today. So it is a big thing for me to just say these things on live stream. I don't know, it's just very uncomfortable. I guess I'm just afraid of judgment. Not like judgment from Andrew के टट्टे type fellows. No, उनको छोड़ दो, वो तो जो भी सोचेंगे. Just generally, I don't feel like, I feel like I might end up offending people who want to have kids for some reason, and I don't want to do that. But at the same time, I don't want to. So it's exactly what the fellow said about vegetarianism, right? It's like, sure, you eat what you want, you do what you want, don't don't preach. But at the same time, I'm also afraid sometimes that यार अफेंड हो जाते हैं यार लोग, कुछ भी करके कैसे भी अफेंड हो जाते हैं. लाइक आई टॉक अबाउट मीट एंड सम वेजिटेरियन इज गेटिंग अफेंडेड, ये थोड़ा सा ऐसे शॉर्ट सर्किट होता है ना. It's a good thing because people, although uncomfortable, can look inwards after hearing your stance. They should feel bad about breeding in this, and that's a bit of a this word made me uncomfortable, B3. But again, see, here's the thing, like, I mean, it is a personal stance, right? And I know that the fact that if I produce a child or not produce a child, I'm only like this tiny little speck who, in the larger scheme of things, environment and all, I don't think I'm going to affect that by myself, honestly. Unless like I own like a private jet or like have like a giant amount of property and factories and whatever, then I'm not really affecting the environment by having a kid. So that's not what I factor in for that very reason, because the burden of that should not be on me, an individual. The burden of that should be on the government to keep the environment clean, to keep people in line, to like avoid destruction of environment like deforestation, etc. But at the same time, there are other reasons, right? I wanted to ask you about Musk being booted after Wisconsin election. I haven't really seen that too much. Like, I mean, I saw like I think like a one video on it somewhere, but I have no context for it. So I'm sorry, I might not be able to give much of an opinion on that. I don't like the high moral ground that some vegetarians have. You can eat whatever you want. Yeah, I don't like people with high moral grounds in general. Again, when it comes to vegetarianism, of course, but other things also. You be you. It's okay. As long as you're not harming any other person or causing like suffering, that's yeah. To human beings is what I mean. I know vegetarians will be like, aha, aa gaya na tu suffering pe, aa gaya. Yeah, don't go there. Don't go there. That's not what I meant. Huh. Why would you say eggs aren't veg? Why would you say eggs are veg? I don't think. Okay, controversial opinion, chat. Milk is not vegetarian. Milk is only the vegans are true vegetarians. Milk and eggs are not vegetarians. Okay. Only the vegans are vegetarians. I know, ट्रिगर हो जाएंगे लोग. And I think with that opinion, we are going to end the stream. Okay. With that opinion. Okay. Next week, so Giga membership people, I will be doing a call with you on Sunday. I will send you an invite. Check the community tab of this channel. Other members who just became members, you will be getting a members only live stream very soon. Hopefully next week, beginning of next week. But also you will be getting an advance view of a new video that I will be putting out next week. Also, friends, just letting you know, I will be going on a break from 12th to 20th. But in that period, I'm thinking of launching a new show. It's not a show exactly, it's going to be a series. These are going to be like small, if you want to call it, educational videos which will help you understand society and democracy better. Again, I'm still working on it, but it will be up soon. So you will get to see something soon. 10-minute smaller videos on that. So yeah, that is the update from the channel, and I will see you. If you want, you can leave some comments on what you want me to cover or what you want me to make videos on, etc. All and every advice is appreciated. Also, thank you so much for your support and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye, bye bye, nerd friends, bye bye, chat. Bye.